Sorry, Chamila, on the issue of crude oil theft, did you give any kind of
recipe? I can send it to you.
No, did you proffer solution to sorting that out?
Yeah, we talk on the issue of crude oil theft. That, let me tell you, if you're going to put security there, security agencies will also be monitoring most of those pipelines and everything. It's just like you don't put them there for long, randomly. But by the time you put somebody there for 2-3 months, definitely you get entrenched. They start also making money. But maybe after 1 week or so, put them away. Instead of putting police and all this security on major roads that have no effect.
About the refineries, because I mean, on the 14th of July last year, PENGASSAN also was reported to have cautioned the president of selling the refineries.
Yeah.
But if the government says they're having a challenge with this consistent turnaround maintenance, which you also raised concerns about, yeah, what should they do with the refineries? How should they be handled? Well,
like I said, when we met the president on the 23rd of March, and even before he came on board, he said in one of his campaigns in Wari that definitely he was influential during Obasanjo when he was Minister of Petroleum and Head of State in building most of those refineries, and he's not going to sell it. But I also believe that those refineries can be rehabilitated and they can work. They can be upgraded. And so when we also do the right thing, like if I talk about the drum plant, when they are also generating money, you can also be saving that money to also upgrade the refineries. I also have modular refineries.
Why don't the refineries work?
Yeah?
I mean, we have people who work there, and sometimes you hear these stories of miracles of how refineries all of a sudden started working, and how, you know, equipment that was paid for some time back was brought out and the workers made sure that it started working. Are you sure that we're, you know, liaising right with the workers to ensure that they don't sabotage whatever is going on there?
You see, we've told government, and I'm also saying it here, if there are any of our members found in non-fraudulent acts, sabotaging, fine, the law is there. You can use them as scapegoat.
Have you heard the stories that I've heard? I mean, in terms of how all of a sudden refineries woke up and started working.
See, let me
Did you hear those stories?
Now, if the refineries have been given crude supply, crude feedstock, and the pipeline and also are secured and everything, they will work. Let me tell you, for example, during the Abacha regime, Total was giving Kaduna refinery. They decoupled it. Coupled it, but they could not do it. It's the same Kaduna refinery staff. They have to put that place in good shape. I'm telling you.
So the workers can do it?
The workers can do it.
What else is, why are they being prevented? Or is somebody preventing them from doing it? Or is it that they're not interested in doing it? Or what exactly is the big issue?
See, the most key issue is crude supply to the refineries. And those are things that also go through the pipeline. And the refinery staff cannot leave where they're supposed to be working and go and be securing that place. So
how do the vandals know that they're about to pump crude in those pipelines?
How do the vandals know? You see, let me tell you, it's not, because like it's not about our members giving information to them, but it's also our members that are also going to say start pumping the crude. You understand? So if their crude allocation, like okay, like now their crude allocation is going to give you crude for how many days? Maybe okay, for example, you give, let's say you're going to give you crude supply for 7-9 days. After that, you can also take some out. Is it better that you secure those pipelines? And also told our staff that, see, any one of you caught in any fraudulent act, you'll be sanctioned, and nobody.
But you've heard those stories about how some members of staff are involved in giving information to van line.
I've never heard this. I'm not going to notice. You see,
you've never heard that story?
No. Like you keep telling them, government, this, I mean, because if the president is determined to fight corruption, and if there are people who also use them as scapegoats, definitely everybody sit tight. There's no more business as usual. That he wants to also do the right thing. And for union, for God's sake, when we're also seeing so many issues, we're also informing. And let's see what we can do. Nobody likes strike. It's a last resort.
When you say that privatization hasn't worked, you've given examples of how some of this, you know, privatization stories haven't worked. But it's not in all cases that privatization hasn't worked.
Okay, give me one that have worked.
For instance, in Port Harcourt, is it the plastics and is it fertilizer producing company?
Beautiful.
Did it work or did it not work?
Let me tell you one. Like for APCL in the Rama, you see, before the sale of those refineries, that plant, all the materials in there were in the warehouse. For you know the bureaucratic challenges we have, that now, for you to do turnaround maintenance, the MD or whoever is there doesn't have approval limit. You must go to government. It's just like Chinese now. I think you have been winning the best something for almost 10 times. Because things have been done properly. But you write to minister, you write to the MD, write to minister of Petroleum Resources, write to GMD and everything. So by the time approval will come back, most of those things at that price will have also changed. But according to the APCL you are referring to, the items needed for that place were in the stock. And that time, the then MD of that place, Engineer Osunumo, was determined with the staff because they were paying the salary of staff to make sure that this place is turned around. But because when there are forces outside the staff and government, it was only the division of Obasanjo and all of them, when they are bent of selling something, they won't give approval.
But it's not working now.
It's working, and that place was started by NNPC staff for 6 months under what you call secondary unit, admin unit, and with shares. But this, I mean, it's the same NNPC that worked for that place for it to be activated for almost 6-7 months.
You know,
not the drama imported any staff.
You don't think we can actually have another success story like that with our own staff and the right motivation and the right management?
We can't do it.
Yes.
It can be done.
Well, why is it that we're so against privatization?
We are not against it. What PENGASSAN has been saying is that definitely the partnership LLNG model. You know what is fetching? Even I was even on news yesterday when the National Assembly also tried to amend some of the acts of the national LLNG. And the MD was saying that in anything we must be doing, we must look at the larger interests of the society, not for our own selfish and say maybe let's do this. And that's the problem we're having.
All right. If since you say you haven't heard that there's that speculation, we call it rumor, if you will, that some insiders must be giving people information for them to go ahead and vandalize the pipelines at a certain time.
Right.
If you then hear that that is the case, what would you suggest or recommend be done by relevant agencies?
No, for union at every level, if any of our members are caught, I will tell them, relevant agencies, they should pick them up, sanction them, and see, and nobody, no union leader will defend such as. Because we look at larger interests of Nigerians first. No union leader will defend such as. That means you have compromised.
Does the union help or check its members to ensure that that kind of thing
like I told you on Monday, I went to Kaduna Refineries. I went to the syndrome facilitator on my own. On Monday. In fact, when I was there, I was even called some journalists that we need to arrange, let them come and see most of this thing.
Is it functional now? Kaduna Refinery?
Yes. It's produced, and the staff are happy, they are jubilating. But they also now took us to that drum plant. That's the place that can be a non-spinner. The drum plant, the team, is it not shameful that for us to get aviation fuel, some of our airlines go to Ghana to go and fuel and something like that? Or is it everything must be imported?
Okay.
Then, like I also said, we wrote a letter, and when you talk of strike, do you know we don't like going on strike? But we wrote a letter April 15th, and today is 29, 14 days, and nothing has been done. And by the time next week now, we write a reminder, and we copy that letter, we copy the Minister of Petroleum Resources, we wrote to Minister of Petroleum Resources, copy Minister of Labour, GMD of NNPC, and DGSSS. And by the time there are any actions over cash payments, by the time there are any actions that they said the union have started and everything, and we don't like that. We don't like giving Nigerians space. All
right, Comrade Francis Olabode Johnson is the PENGASSAN president. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you go. That's the show today. We also thank you for letting us be a part of your week. Sunrise Daily has come to you from Abuja this week. Thank you for watching. I'm Chamberlain Oso.
And it's been lovely to be in a different environment here in Abuja. Thank you so much for staying with us. All the same, I'm Malkwe.
Many thanks, and I'm Sulaiman. Later we look forward to doing this again here in the city.